I agree. That would be a terrible move.
I like how you put that in the room, though. Only suckers sleep when they could be watching a show. How strange life can be. I like that. That should actually be the caption. That will be the caption. All right, I think we might be live. Let me check. Yeah, we're live. Welcome everybody to Live from the Man Cave, your favorite podcast, and our Ready Player 2 series, where me, Serious Jest, and Craig Mack play video games together. What up, Craig Mack? So you guys are watching us continue episode 3 here. It's called Wastelands: The Trimigrants. The Trimigrants. I like that. If you watched episode 3 part A, you'll know why they would name this episode that. And we're about to kick off part B. So at the end of part A, we've just had a trim party, and the older brother Sean is talking to like kind of one of the de facto leaders of this little group of hippies that basically trim cannabis for a living as a group, and it pays for their little camp that they have out in the woods, so they can go on living the hippie lifestyle. Am I missing anything about that?
Nah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, they're living the life that I certainly don't want, but I appreciate that they're doing it for us.
Yeah, that's a good description. Before we go any further, again, if you're intrigued, if you're just catching this show and you're like, who are these motherfuckers? They got other shit they do? Well, yes, we do. We do a lot of other shit. We review movies, TV, video games, both in a written format. We do it on a podcast. We talk about pop culture and all kinds of shit on that podcast. And you can find us in a Discord channel where we talk about yet more shit. We love to talk about beer, all that stuff. And you can find the links to all that great shit at www.livemancave.com. There you can find our Twitter account. Again, please like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Craig, if you'd be so kind as to put that web address in the chat. And while you do that, let's move to the thing that motivates us and gives us our power, to which we can ultimately develop into our ultimate form. Yes, it's beer. Beer. So we sometimes order beer from this app that we like to pub, even though they don't pay us to do it. We just like them, so we shout them out sometimes because they send us good beer. So if you want us to shout you out, sometimes the secret is send us good beer. Anyway, the app is called Tavour. And Craig can post how you spell that in the chat as well, but in case when this goes to YouTube, you won't see the chat, so I'll just say Tavour is the name of the app, Tavour. The whole thing, the basis is you get the app, you put your zip code in, and the app basically puts a queue of beers that are hard to get in your area or just overall difficult to get, and you can choose whichever ones you want. There's no minimum. At the end of the month, they ship everything together for one shipping cost. And the one that I am pulling out of my last Tavour crate for tonight is one that I have not had before. I haven't even heard of this company before. It's called the Ingenious Brewing Company from Humble, Texas. You ever heard of them, Craig?
No, that's a cool name, though. I like it.
Yeah, it reminds us, it's not Evil Genius. We love Evil Genius, right? That's
right.
That's the Evil Genius Brewing. Yeah.
That's local to us, yeah.
Yeah, but this is Ingenious Brewing.
Dishwasher.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So that's a really good beer from them. But no, this is another brewing company that sounds like them, which might be why you like that name. Ingenious Brewing Company, Humble, Texas.
Nice.
And the name of this beer is called the Birthday 4, or just Birthday 4. There's no the technically. It shows some kind of weird, like, mushroom cloud looking explosion coming out of a birthday cake. Green can. There's like confetti popping out, though. So pretty cool. I don't know what the story is behind it, but let's Tavour gives these little previews or whatever, descriptions. The tasting notes on this are deep velvety cascades of chocolate ganache, spiced cake, and bourbon creme anglaise course through every decadent quaff. Whiskey, caramel, and sweet oak kiss cocoa carry on the end. How was I not going to order this? It comes
Holy
in.
Crap, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it comes in at a nice, gentle 12.5% awesome beverage value, or alcohol by volume if you want to get boring about it. The description, the note on this from Tavour is, for Birthday 4, the Ingenious crew started with a Cocoa Stout, which it's cocoa but with a Y at the end, so I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Cocoa Stout, which they double barrel aged in Jack Daniels and Irish whiskey barrels for a full 15 months. Then they conditioned it on actual birthday cake, holy shit, rich chocolate frosting, and luscious vanilla beans. All right, I'm sold. I'm fucking sold. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'll crack the can on mic so you guys can. Oh,
and this one's called again Birthday 4.
Birthday 4.
F-O-U-R? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, F-O-U-R. And I'm pouring it. So this is what you would expect from a stout. A good stout. Shit, I poured it too fast. So I got a little more head than I expected there. But, ooh, God. So the smell is nice. It's like, you can smell the sugar. It does smell like a birthday cake. Like birthday. Yeah, it smells like birthday cake with a little bit of the stout beer. Like, so the birthday cake is the most prominent thing in the smell. I just took a sip of like the top, but it's mostly head at this point. Very sugary. Like the brown sugar is the first most prominent taste, and then there's a nice little stout part on the back end.
Right.
It's like it's sweet, but it's also it's rich. I can taste the chocolate now. So brown sugar comes in first, then the chocolate. And the beer is kind of there the whole time underlying. I really fucking like this. I really like this off the bat. Now, I'll tell you, this has the danger of dropping down in the ratings really fast because it could be too decadent and I could get sick of it after the first glass. I got 2 cans, so we'll see how that works out for me. I said, there's small cans too. What's like the little soda can?
Like 12? 12
yeah,
ounce?
I think it's probably a 12 ounce, yeah. I think that's right. And so that's what I got. And was it expensive? I do not remember. I don't know if I can tell from here. And again, I don't want to hold. Oh, $8.49 for each one on Tavour. So it's for $8.50 and what I've tasted so far, very well worth it. I was just checking to see if the price was super high or whatever, because like I'm really bordering on. I'm going to give it another full sip and I'll give you my ranking. But this could be a 4 or a 5 is where I'm going to start.
Nice. Not bad.
So
it sounds good, and I do agree with you that feels like one that, like, if either one of us sees it, we're going to buy it pretty much without any additional information other than that description. So it sounds as
so
delicious.
You got to at least try it.
I mean, if it tastes as delicious as that sounded, then yeah, you chose wisely.
So I got to say, off the top of my head, right? I mean, off the top of so I'm saying this is a 5, but what's weird is that the reviews are giving it's got some mixed reviews on Tavour.
Really?
And maybe because there's only 55 ratings, and somebody gave it a 0.75 because they wrote, almost tasted like it has whiskey in it, not my favorite, too strong for me. So these ratings may have been pulled down by suckers like that. No, this is a 5 for me, bro. I'm gonna stand. I'm intrigued when I go way different than the mean, because the mean is like a high 3 on Tavour,
right.
3 out of 5 rating. 5 again is get this on site every time you see it. From what I've tasted so far, man, for the ABV value and the fucking how little the cost is, this is I get it every time. All right, I'm sorry. I just went on about this beer. It's a 5 for me. On to you, and I'll start hitting play while you go into yours, so they get the kind of we can move along with the game as well.
Sounds good. No, so normally you and I tend to be in the same general wheelhouse with our beers. We've been kind of in lockstep, I think, over the last 5 or 6 of these at least. But today,
also because you started my journey into real craft beer, I'm giving you credit for that. So you've been like my beer mentor over the years.
I'm your beer sensei, as
yes,
some might say.
Yes, I like
it. But today I'm actually we're going to switch it up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit different because I was actually earlier, after being out working all day, and it's pretty hot outside, and out and about for work. Got home and we went out to dinner, and we were just kind of sitting outside and hanging out by the waterfront, and it just felt perfect for a beer similar to this, so I decided to pull this guy out for right now. It is so we've had these guys before. We've talked about a bunch of times. Flying Dog on the podcast.
Of course,
they're the ones that, if you think about the kind of crazy art on every can, the crazy kind of weirdly drawn dogs usually at some point, and
ultimate
they kind of go
road
through
trip.
and have crazy names and all that. So this one is it's called Pool Hopping,
If
and
we
it's their
make it,
deck beer, they call it, otherwise known as a hazy summer ale. So this one is 5.4%,
You have
which
time
is
and
like
Sessionable.
strong guy.
very incredibly sessionable. Hence, like that
Will.
kind of deck beer is like
Yeah.
the beer to be sitting
Nothing
outside
can
on your
stop you
deck
from
drinking
going
during
there.
the summer. So I'm gonna bust this open and see
It
what this is
will
about, because it
be
kind of
all
felt
right,
it
John.
fit the way I felt earlier today
No
at dinner.
worries.
You said hazy ale?
Yeah, hazy summer
Therapy's
ale.
over.
So that sounds like an
Oh.
IPA,
Yeah,
kind of. Right?
I gotta move
Yeah,
those water
it's
cans
probably
for the
just a little
showers.
bit more like a.
It's cool. You're doing
It's
your
probably
part.
more
John.
ale
Finally.
than like just
Glad I can
traditional
help.
kind of pale ale than IPA.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
I fucks with
they
that.
they are starting to take in some of that haziness, right? So we're seeing that. We knew hazy IPAs were the huge thing for a minute, and now it's actually trickled its way down into more
That's
of like
cool
a
that
pale
they
ale,
use
just
their
in
extra
general.
beer.
So we see that happen all the time, right? Something it hits big in one area of craft beer, and everyone's like, well, fuck it, why not, right?
So,
Like,
Hannah,
hey, this pumpkin thing sounds great,
how
but
long
why does it
ago
always
did you
have to
come
be
to
a
Humble
a pumpkin ale? How about I make a
9
pumpkin
years.
stout, that kind of
Santa
thing,
Fe
right? So
from
that's what this one seems like. They've kind of crept into the pale ale. So let's see. Oh man, that's okay. So this is, I mean, it's going to sound ridiculous comparing next to what you just talked about, because yours had like a billion things actually happening and a lot of flavors and all that. Whereas this one though is exactly what I imagine I want, like sitting, right next to the waterfront, sitting next to the sitting next to the
get these over
pool.
to the kitchen
You
and
go on
shower.
vacation and you just want to have a cooler filled with these. For 5.5, which is or 5.4, which is like right around spot with like a Miller Lite and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the flavor on this blows those out of the water. This is something delicious that you could like be getting some taste from, but also sip on for a whole day long
Almost
and really
done.
never get too fucked up. This is good. I highly recommend this.
Nice. So wait, any
Yep.
idea about an initial like actual rating on the
Right.
Let's go.
I mean, the one thing I would say,
Yeah.
again, take some of this stuff
I'm on
into into account when we give these ratings, right? Every
Yeah.
beer kind of stands on its own, right? It's not necessarily
And
like
why are we
like
doing?
things that are fives can be fives for many different reasons, and they don't have to be like, well, it has to be better than this to be a qualify for a 5,
That's
right?
it.
And the reason why I say that is because something like this,
Finally,
putting this up against like one of these like like a
need a
like
hand
a
with your own
peppermint peanut
chores.
butter chocolate oatmeal stout
Awesome.
type thing where you're like, this
I need
is
help
I can't
moving
even
the
understand
last
how
one.
this all works together,
This
and it's
shit's
incredible,
so
and there's so much
Okay.
taste to it. Like
I'll wait till
saying
you're near
that
the
that's
water
a 4
so
or
we
a
can finish your
5,
tour.
and saying something that's a fucking killer pilsner that knows exactly what it's trying to do and fucking nails it, right? Those two things can exist simultaneously as long as that's the way you feel, right? And so I say all that because I'm saying this is exactly what I want, what I imagine if I was like laying out on my hammock right now and it was the middle of the day, in the 90-degree weather, or sitting by the water, something like
carry
that.
that one
This
to the
is unbelievably sessionable, but also incredibly tasty. And doesn't just taste like you're just wasting calories on something slightly better than water. This is like legit as hell. I would say right
I
now
like that
easily a
one.
4,
Shower.
and I could drink this all day long and all day the
It's
next
nicer
day.
here than other places we saw. Too many.
That's
junk
dope. So
food.
are you saying wait? So you're saying 5?
They go together sometimes.
I'm saying definitely a 4 right now, and I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm
Could
gonna
get better.
drink on a little bit, yeah, and see it could creep up, yeah.
So 4
it's not gonna
saying
go
you
down.
must try this
Yeah.
at some point in your life. You should set it aside, but not necessarily every time you see it, you must get it.
Right. And again, I put into it like, I'm saying I like all different kinds of beers, so I'm okay with similar to you. We like a lot of different kinds of stuff, so we can talk about it. Obviously, I understand if I'm saying this is a 5 or a 4 to me, and it's an amazing imperial stout or an incredible, 5.5 summer like sessionable ale. If you don't
It's
like either
hard.
one of those types of things,
How do these guys
take that with a
Right.
grain of salt and understand what you're getting into. We're lucky enough and fortunate enough that we kind of love just about everything, so we can taste everything and say, yeah, this is an incredibly good lager, just like this is an incredibly
didn't
good,
see any beer
flavored
with all that
milkshake
trash they had.
IPA or an incredibly good, spiced stout for the holidays.
Although we do have our ones that would, like, if for me, you're not gonna, like, if it's an IPA and I'm giving it a high rating, then that must be really fucking good. Or if it's like a sour or fucking, something like that. All right, so this guy, by the way, I've done all these chores.
Recycle or compost or shit.
So maybe I'll just sit with these motherfuckers for a little bit. Where did my brother go, though? He told me he was going to meet me by the fucking water tank.
Planet too.
Penny's all over the place. He'll go anywhere.
Where the fuck is my brother? He said he'd meet me by the water tank, and he just disappeared.
And he just said, fuck off.
Now I'm a little worried about him. I was going to sit down with these people, but...
And then you come crying about hobos spreading...
By the way, now I just wanted to throw in there, I'm not sure. I was just trying to look on the can to see, but I don't see anything that says it, so I don't know if this is just me, like as I'm drinking it and like enjoying it, whatever. But it almost has a little bit of like a citrusy back end, almost like as if you had a little bit of fruit, like a tiny bit of like a grapefruit style ale or something like that in it. But it's just on the finish, so it's pretty interesting. It's like it's growing on me even more. I like the way the flavor is kind of compounding on my tongue. Right?
Give me the name of that again.
This one is Pool Hopping, so Flying Dog's Pool Hopping, and it's called their Deck Beer Hazy Summer Ale.
Nice. Yeah, Flying Dog is one of those companies that's like, it's almost been, it's done so well that it's almost been some danger or worry about it, like getting away from doing the good craft beer shit that that they really made popular, because they've gotten so good at it that now it's like, oh fuck, are they gonna become mainstream now? Are they on the verge of that? But I'd say they're definitely still hard in the craft category and not the mainstream shit.
Yes.
Finn is too punk rock to be a farmer.
So if my brother's not with Finn, well, I'll go check for him in a second. I do want to take the opportunity to draw so I can get a fucking trophy for it or something.
I am worried about my brother, but hold on while I draw this sketch of the entire surroundings, the wildlife around me. And then I'll get to him eventually, though. I'm sure.
I figure he probably runs off a lot, and so it's not like Sean's like super worried yet.
He's also a superhero, so he should be fine.
It's true. That's a good fucking point. Let's look at it. Yeah, he dare anybody to fuck with him.
I like how Cassidy's in her own world when she's playing music.
What did you think about these parts of the game, by the way? Like as we've done more of them. The drawing part.
It's cool. It's good, like, because it's part of the story. Like, I like that they've gone out of their way to work in what an artist he is, and so these are ways to memorialize. Especially like because the journal is a good way to go back and remember things that have happened in the game. So then you're actually actively creating things in that journal that you'll look back at later and be like, oh yeah, I remember when I drew that, and I remember that moment.
Right. And I like that they never tried to gamify it too much and make it be into a thing where you had to do the sketching or something where you're like, I don't, this is not what I come to these games for, right? Like, I don't want some arcade sequence where I have to fill in the dark spot. Like, I just want it to be, let it be somewhat interactive so that I have to feel something towards it, beyond just, like, passively watching it. But it's just active enough without being too much of an interaction where you're like, I'm annoyed by this now.
Yeah, you would even
and
say
I like her more, by the way, as this game goes on.
It reminds me, me too. That reminds me a little like the Telltale games, where like you were like, it's more about the choices. A bad choice will get you killed more than your inability to fucking move a joystick.
Right. That's always been the goal of these, right? It's minimal interaction. It's maximum, like emotional attachment to the interaction that you're making, and that's what they do really well in this game.
Well, I'm gonna go for it.
I don't know. I just get inspired by the things I see and do, and being around people like you helps a lot.
Baller move, man.
So I'm like your muse. Sweet.
Yeah, like my dirty hippie move.
You're a great model. Yeah.
Oh, don't make me blush. We all learn from each other.
This girl is not attractive to me in any way, but he likes her, so I'm playing it that way.
He's definitely down with it, yeah. She's got a little Aloy
We don't
hair
always
to
have
her.
to suck up
yeah.
like Meryl. Most of the year, it's just us.
The little cultural appropriation hairstyle. Number 37.
Oh, shit. I forgot what he asked her. God damn it. The road and us. Not that easy or don't miss anything. Okay, I'll ask her that.
What do you
I'll ask her
miss
a
about
question.
your old life?
That's
Anything?
like,
Besides
chicks
some
like you if you
friends,
ask them questions.
You
No.
just
They
keep
get to
asking
talk about
questions.
themselves.
my own
I didn't pay attention to what you said, so I'm just going to ask you an unrelated question.
You say that you don't need all that bullshit they sell.
She's definitely tatted up,
That's
man.
freedom.
Yeah, I
Wow.
do like the tats.
I mean, the
Yeah.
trick in this country is just to survive.
I guess. I do like traveling around, but I want a base. Will you ever go back to Texas?
No fucking way. My daddy was a meth head who beat the shit out of my boyfriend. Just because he wasn't white. Yep. Then my big brother told me he would shoot me if I dated that, well, you know, my mom
Jesus.
didn't say squad,
Rough life.
as usual. Thanks, Mom. So,
Oh, that's
fuck 'em
interesting
all.
to know
This
about
is
her,
my
huh?
family now.
Damn, I'm sorry, Cassidy.
Ah, don't be. I feel sorry
So
for them.
you like brown boys?
So,
Huh?
tell me,
Wow.
what do you miss
So
about
she
girls?
has some background in this.
Let's see.
It's good. It's good to know
Everything,
she's,
because I
not
didn't
just jumping in
appreciate
with,
shit
with
when I
him
had it.
for the sake of
Just
it being the
waking up
first
at night
time. That's
to get
good
a
for
bowl
him.
of fucking squeaky next cocoa.
Oh my god.
Squeaking next
I used to
Coco.
eat those too.
You always think it's gonna be there. Stupid stuff like that. But things change. Right?
Yep. So, moving forward, you have a good heart, Sean. I think you could use some alone time. See you later.
He's also like, get the fuck out of here. I was drawing. Like, you're being annoying.
I don't think he's.
How
I
long
think
is-
he's happy about this.
No, yeah, I think he's definitely using the book right now to cover his
Yeah.
boner.
Yes, good call.
Nope,
Good
I'm still
call.
drawing. It's
All
fine.
you're
Just
doing
stay
is
over
running
there.
off a track.
It disturbed me how I was like how enthusiastic I was about agreeing with you about a teenage
Daniel's
boy's
waiting for me.
boner.
Yep.
should go
I
and
mean,
get-
you made it way weirder when you said it.
Yeah, I
when you
thought it
drew
was
attention
hilarious.
Back to it again.
And then and then I was like, wait, did I just laugh
I
like
know.
that at that? That was
Yep.
something I would. But
Yeah, you did.
I think you, as far as timing goes, that was a very narrow window that you really nailed. Like, I gotta give you credit.
By the way, I don't like when you're talking about a teenage boy that you say a
Yeah,
narrow
I
window
nailed-
that
you nailed.
I was really in the zone
nailed.
today.
It's not a great.
Hope that'll.
It's not building our case strongly here, sir.
This dude said, I was in the zone. I hope that'll pay. He's going to get some stanky stank. Some really stanky stank. Why am I walking toward the lake? I got to find Daniel because this motherfucker just disappeared. Yeah,
You've
I'll
been gone
totally
for a
meet you.
while. It feels like.
I don't know
Yeah,
what they all say about me.
Those fucking trees are awesome, though.
yeah, the redwoods? Absolutely.
They
I
do
want
a
to see one of
very
those.
good job, of recreating the kind of diminutive feel that they impress upon you when you're like, oh yeah,
that's
I am a
good.
piece of
Money,
shit.
they said.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, right.
Shit. So this little fucker was supposed to meet me at the thing, but then I kind of rushed right over there
Hmm.
and just took the water tank myself. So I'm wondering if,
Maybe you fucked up.
maybe I just threw things off by it. Well, what the fuck was that? I thought I heard something rustling. I hope I'm not going all the way the fuck out here for no reason. I hope it wouldn't let me do that. Oh, there he is. Okay. Hey, what you doing, little chivato?
You do walk very swaggerly slow.
Yeah.
He looks like he's walking like the Terminator.
There you go.
Call me
Nice.
if you
Oh
want to
shit.
It's like, relax, dude.
That's pretty dope.
Oh man.
It's gonna be
Can
like
you
some
do it
kind of
without
sweet
your
move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's fucking cool as
I
shit
can
now.
do better with my own skills now. Next level.
Onward.
Yeah, I thought he did
Ready
skip
to
it without
rumble?
the powers.
Fucking A.
The first one did, definitely, because he didn't put his hand up till after
Let's
it already
start
went
with our
pop pop.
team Hal.
Yeah, like he skipped it on his own, and then he hit the power at the end of it to
Yes,
give it
no.
extra life.
Yeah.
Thought that was dope.
Yep. But somehow, we're still being a dick to him. We're like, oh, but what if you did it without being a fucking pussy?
No. Let's do this. Come on.
Hold up.
I like that they're still doing their little,
Too many people over there.
you know,
Let's hit the other side.
howl, the wolf howl.
So the thing with the trash did bother me a little. Like, these motherfuckers ain't taking the trash out. There's fucking bears around and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, yo, why don't we just climb this shit? Don't. Oh, what are you gonna do here? No. Come on, bro.
The other side
Can't we
of
just
that
climb
rock
it?
looked secluded enough to be out of sight.
This looks like a bad fucking idea. I don't want to do that. Ugh. They're gonna make me tell me to. Why don't we just climb it, dude? It's not that big.
Or go under, either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Duh.
Hello, exactly.
Hello, exactly.
Your face.
Fucking with me? He's about to
Come
drop it
on.
on me?
I wasn't gonna drop it on you.
Very
Fucking kick you in the fucking pants, you little asshole. Really could have just climbed.
Isn't that a super funny joke though? That's like me like running at you with a knife and being like, "Your face,
You
man!"
thought I was gonna fucking
when you thought I
stab
was
you,
gonna
yeah.
actually murder you.
Yeah,
That was so
it's like
funny.
a little
Like,
fucking. Are you gonna be a serial killer, kid? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right. What an a-hole.
Pick a rock. Any rock.
Okay. And
This kid's getting good with this shit, man.
Aim system.
Yeah, he's becoming
Target
a
in sight.
baller.
locked and loaded.
And I kind of like how they like show now. Like this is their kind of version of the training montage. Is they're like, oh, remember in the very beginning, first time you were training him, like where he was. Now see where he is now. Like you get to
Hello?
see kind of over time his progression.
Great. Awesome.
That's dope.
Okay.
Yep.
You're good. Now, let's spice things up a bit.
Bring it on.
I do like, by the way, before you threw it, you pump faked him like 4 times.
Yeah, I did.
You're like, huh?
Yeah, he's calling balk on me.
Not a fair fight.
Like,
Yeah, I was like,
That's right.
Jesus, you're going to do this for 15 minutes?
What's next?
At a
Come
certain
on.
point, I'm not sure if he's going to ever throw
Find
it.
something else.
by the way, talk about raising little serial killers. So my daughter today, so like recently, you know, we
I've
went
been waiting
for the
to hear
weekend
this
out there.
from you, finally.
Fucking, so we give her a fucking. We bought her like a
Yes, by the
slinky.
way, I am ordained, so I can exercise your daughter. I've been waiting for a long time for
What?
you to ask me that. I am ordained. I can exercise your daughter if there's a little demon inside her. I have her back.
We bought her a slinky, and then I catch her. Like the first thing she does is to take her little Peppa Pig doll and use the slinky to trap her. So I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, play with me. She's like, give me Peppa. And so I was like, help, get me out of this slinky. She goes like, no, I got you now, and then throws her
God.
into like a little like a plastic container, and she's like, no, I'm gonna put you in there for experiments. So I was like,
Daniel.
what?
That's a
Wow. Oh,
Then-
no.
Then she covers the thing.
Is your daughter's name Dexter,
I told
by
you
the
I
way?
would.
Because we should probably talk about this.
What the
Oh,
fuck are these
no.
mushrooms about? A train destruction? What?
Hello?
Yeah,
Let's
why
try
not?
this. I want you to focus.
And I'm like, maybe I gotta let her stop
Mushrooms.
watching those
Blow them apart.
Kissy Missy and
Dude,
Mommy
I blew
Long
the
Legs.
shit out of that.
You know what those
Yes. No, but they sound horrible.
are? At some other point while she's playing with Peppa and she's got her captured, she hooks a car battery up to the container that Peppa's in. She has a toy car battery, I don't know why.
What the?
And she hooked the toy car battery up using the slinky as the conductor. And I'm like, where did you even learn to do this? No.
And then she just looked over and was like,
Some next level
yes,
stuff, you know?
Papa. Go to sleep,
I'm
Papa.
making bacon.
I've been training on my own.
Oh, no.
I know I
She's
have a
going to
good
murder
amount
you
of
one day in your sleep. But until then, come
Let's have
check
fun
out
with it.
Craig Mack and Serious Jest on Ready Player 2. Up until the day he gets killed by his kid.
No way.
Then it'll just
Why
be the
would
Craig Mack show,
Not even thin.
which is what I've been wanting the whole time.
You don't even trust me. Whatever.
So I do trust you.
Finally,
Chill the
Dexter,
fuck out,
you
baby.
paid off. Anyway,
I mean, why are you making a drama out of
oh,
everything?
he never
I say?
thinks you trust you. He's kind of a little dick.
Chill the fuck out.
I do like chill the fuck out. It's
Am I a
great.
bad big brother? Because I hang out with other people?
You're always with them.
Ooh, wow, you went strong. You went fucking
Don't
strong
be so
on that.
jealous. She's cool.
Well, it was either that or
Weird.
accuse fucking
Lila
Finn
was
of like,
way
or do
better.
that whole drive another fucking.
Right.
You don't know her.
Oh, he doesn't like.
Never
He doesn't like
mind.
Cassidy. That's dangerous.
Enough.
It'd be better if she wasn't around.
Can't say
I know.
anything without you having a
Oh no, her
shit
head exploded.
family.
How did that happen?
The fucking boys.
We still have a long way to go. And we have to go together. Right?
Wow.
I know it sucks. But you
You're
have
really
to
going
grow
at him.
up.
I like it. Different take than a different approach than I have.
I haven't even said anything crazy. But wow.
Daniel, stop it!
I think he's definitely.
No, that's people are gonna fucking notice that. What the fuck is wrong with him?
No!
Or he just.
Think?
No, that's definitely gonna get people's fucking attention.
Fuck is.
He's
That is
basically
a
fucking
gigantic ass
11
fruit.
right now.
Yeah, he's straight. He's become 11. He's like racing Dion in 11.
And he's fucking giving me fucking attitude too.
Yeah, while he lifted that, in
And he's
the
looking
sky,
at me like, don't why I'll be
Superman.
like, don't look at me like that. Fucking what's wrong with
He's
you?
like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. I like how your guy's just looking up with his blowjob face, like, oh,
What?
no, oh.
This is on the verge. It's so decadent, this beer, that it's on the verge of becoming a 4. But it's still
Yeah.
really great. It's like great decadent. There's all.
I got serious munchies.
Like you meant it's too decadent, is what you're
Dude,
saying.
you scarfed
Potentially.
the whole fucking
It's
bag.
on the verge of being too
Have
decadent.
another hit.
You're not sure, okay.
Yeah.
This is definitely a must try at least once. But I'm only at the end of the first can, and it's like almost. It's a little too. It's sugary, maybe. Potentially.
Right.
It's like right on that verge. I'm still keeping it at 5 for now. But by the end, this could drop to a 4.
You see that shit?
Good to
It's
know.
a fucking UFO. I'm serious, man. Look.
Sometimes I feel like these are a bit of a time and place too. You know what I mean? Like I feel like some of the real decadent ones, you ask me on a given night after I had
That's a
an
good
amazing
point.
meal and I drink it, and I'm like easy 5. You
Yeah.
ask me on a, you know, like hey, if I'm just having this and you hand it to me at like 4 o'clock and I'm hanging out, you know, having a good time, and you're like, you got to try this. I might be like, ooh, this is good, but it's like a 4. You know what I mean? So it's like the wiggle room on those is probably wider than on most other more kind of simpler beers because they don't stray too much, right? You know, you don't go too far from you don't stress, you know, stray too far from the mean there because
Tripped
that's
on
what
a
the
few
beer's
words,
going
but-
for.
Yeah,
Whereas
all
something like
baked,
that
so
is kind of going
good.
for you to be in a different headspace and
Good
to pick up
job,
on different
sis.
flavors, and
So
that could change the way you score it.
Hey, why you ain't rich and famous? I mean, you can hook us up.
That was cool, Cassidy.
Thanks, everyone.
I take ass, hash, or
I'm-
grass.
I'm wondering.
Hint, hint.
John.
I'm wondering if this becomes
You
if I take
wanna
more
be
if I take sips of water in between, does this change the character of it?
Right.
Let's fucking do it.
Sure. I'll take a hit.
You went to just like the good bro line, huh? You sound so cool. You didn't
Yeah,
wanna say, "I love
I
you."
didn't want to. Right, yeah, exactly.
You
I
wanna
thought that
out
would
him
be
in
too.
front of everybody.
I wouldn't be too heavy in
fucking
front of
way.
everybody.
Yeah.
How come you can, but I can't?
Because I said so.
That's a bad. No.
It's funny
That
how
was all
weird
for us.
it is, right? Like
Must
as you
be.
get
Ah, there go the party animals. What is it?
It's funny how weird and different it is, right, when you're a kid. Like, because right now you'd have no problem being like, I love your voice. It's incredible. Like, you actually have an amazing voice, and it made me feel feelings for the first time in many years. Because I'm a dead person inside. And then back then, though, we just had to be like, that was cool. Because you don't want anyone to know because you say it was too good. Everyone's going to think you like her.
Back in Colorado until last year.
I don't know though if I
Something like that.
A year ago.
I
we were
think
hopping a train
you know. Well, it's tough. You know, we've
and
both been married, so it's like
Black
Right.
flag.
you know what I mean. Like we've been married for a
We got
while,
caught
so it's like
stealing
we're not
some
going to be in
shit
these
from
kind of
random
situations
town.
now at this age. But
Motherfuckers
at least
stole
hopefully
from
not.
us.
But
We had to run for it. We saw
you
that
know,
train from afar and we
I'm just thinking like
Cops were right
if I was
behind us.
into somebody like
We
that, then I would be
barely made it.
more subtle. I
And
wouldn't
nobody
just be
was
like,
able to
"Oh,
get
I
caught.
love your voice," like for
Yeah,
the, you know what I mean? Like
chasing after the train.
I'd be
Yeah.
guarded
Yes,
at
yes,
feelings
yes,
that
yes.
really
But I left
exist.
them there.
Yes, no, I understand. If the
story.
approach was still to try
I
to
hope the cops
try
pick
to
them up.
slow talk your way into like
Got 'em
a
back
relationship, then yes, you're right.
I
That
think about
probably
that damn
that part of
dog
it
every
probably
day.
persists even when you get older because you're like, I don't want to overplay my
Here's
hand
the
right
black
now.
Right.
flag.
Whereas if you're like you're in a situation where it means nothing and there's
Right.
no worry or fear either way, then yeah, of course it's easier to be like, wow, I love your voice. It's incredible because you're like, I
I
don't give a
miss
shit.
Mushroom.
Like,
That was our rescue dog.
I'm just
He
saying
didn't
it because
make
it's
with us.
true,
Oh.
not because I want anything out of it.
Right. Or I mean, and even if you may not, you may mean it. It might not
Sorry,
be
I ruined
about
the mood.
Don't worry.
liking,
man.
you know,
We can do
wanting
worse.
something out of it,
Let's
but just
hear
I think it's more about
everybody's
exposing
worst
your feelings and being
memories.
vulnerable.
Fair and
You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like I would have an
Are you
easier
serious?
time telling
fuck
you,
not?
like, yo,
We
I
all
love how
need
you
to
just
say our
sang that,
piece
Craig
once
Mack.
in a
You know,
while. Who's that?
like, oh shit, I didn't know. Hey, I didn't know.
Cut that.
Yeah,
Oh, I want our producer, by the way, to cut that
yeah,
out.
yo, I
so
love
that
how
we
you
can
just sang
use
that, Craig Mack. That was really
to my
fucking
little
dope.
friend.
No, but like, I'd have an easier time telling you, like, yo, no,
Let 'em
no
jump
lie,
without
like that
any
was
muscle.
fucking dope. You're a fucking amazing singer. I love your voice.
Right.
I could say that
Right.
easier to you than
Loose
somebody that
names, delirious,
I was
so far,
like,
fun
you know,
shit
I
like
love
that.
their voice because I love all the things
Soon
about
be
them,
better.
like
Right,
as
right,
a,
right.
you know,
Yes.
romantic.
Because there's
interest.
there's the underlying. This is step one towards ultimately me telling you that I like you. And
Right.
You don't want to
You
just
come
throw
here
that
every
out
now and
there.
then.
By the way, I just was wondering,
Look up
is
on
this
Cash.
the first time in the
Disappear.
game where they made you do a drawing
Came
where
out
the
north of there.
characters
In a pot farm, just like
within
this
within the thing were kind of still
went out one night,
interactive,
high
like
as
they were still interacting and
zone.
speaking and stuff?
one. That was the last time I saw
Yeah, actually, now that you
I
mention
gotta
it,
hold
yeah,
on to this fucking
Yeah,
pen
it's
and
pretty
just
cool.
look
I like
because it is
I
like a sensory overload. I will say, like trying to shit,
line up. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
like god damn it, yeah, like I'm trying to like
Happens around here.
pick this to the drawing,
I gotta
listen to
do
what they're
that
saying,
again.
and have this conversation with you, and it's a lot
Just
like.
hope he's okay.
yes.
And I'm like, oh shit, wait, why is this so hard now? And I realize you're right. This is
Who knows?
the third element of the
It's a small
they're
one.
Right.
telling stories.
I hand him back the
Yeah,
chest that he gave
like
me.
you're still interacting with the scene because
Alright.
everything else has been like you
Bad
separate.
vibes
The only
indeed.
thing that's happening is your voiceover,
believe
right,
two
of like what you're
words.
thinking about or whatever. Whereas this is like, oh shit, you're
Jake?
part of a thing right now.
Please?
Which I also wonder, and I think
Don't
just
laugh.
trying to
I
follow
guess my
along,
worst
I
memory
think
is
because you can catch people in different,
Yeah.
like
you
in
mentioned it.
different
I
poses.
used to be
And I
ashamed.
think he actually does actually draw them differently based on
When you hit the draw button, that's
when
really
you hit
cool.
the draw button. I think so, which is pretty cool. So like one half could be at a different, could be offset from where it was in reality because you drew the other half at a different time, which is pretty cool.
But for some reason, things happened to me, and I started doubting myself.
I'm not gonna smoke anymore
And it
because
escalated.
he already made it. Like
People said I was trouble.
I'm not gonna throw that in his
Need to be
face. If you
extra
know what I mean, I won't do that
Right.
in front of him.
even from my own.
I'm not throwing that fucking pine
I know
cone
the feeling.
because I feel like he's gonna fucking do that
So
something stupid
lost.
with it when I throw it.
Wasn't sure what to believe anymore. So I left. I just needed to be alone for a while, you know? Find the truth by myself. I'm still looking for it.
Jacob, my son. Maybe we are the truth you were looking for.
I'm glad I found you guys. I don't know if I'll ever go back there. Not until I get a signal from God.
I hope I didn't have to pay
I hope
attention to
you
these
do.
stories
Like
extra
your family misses you a lot.
and then remember it later on the
miss them
choice.
too. Just not the other stuff.
Do you remember anything about?
What happened here?
Family ties are a mess. Trust me. I know how that feels to be rejected.
Thank you, Sean.
I mean, I can give you one
What about you,
small.
No.
Your turn.
Don't give me a hint other than
Yeah.
like what they just talked about here.
Pass.
No.
I already
Yep,
sang
you're
the
good
song.
so far.
Figures. What about you,
Sing a
Sean?
song.
You obviously don't have to talk about that shit show back in Seattle. But if you have something else,
I love that she's just like, nah. Hell
Yeah.
no, I'm not telling a story.
I've got a whole bag of these. Don't worry.
we're all listening, man.
Well, this was a while before we met you guys in that market. We crashed at an abandoned house with her pup, Mushroom. One morning, she got out to pee and disappeared. She had run into a fucking puma.
No way.
Swear.
What the hell happened?
I faced it. Like I'm facing you now.
What? Why are you doing that? You're gonna piss your brother off. See, that's. There you go. Yeah, no, I
Her
killed
puppy
it.
was dead. There was nothing we could do.
We failed her. Poor puppy.
Oh, fuck.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, boys. That's awful. Laws of nature. But that still sucks. Cougars are beautiful creatures, but they're super scary.
I was so afraid it would hurt Daniel, too.
I bet.
Yeah, that seemed like that was probably a
People
better
stand a
move, right?
chance
Not
against
just
one
another.
bullshitting in front of him.
Yeah.
I killed it. Yeah, I feel like Daniel was like, "You killed it."
We
What
can
the
only
fuck?
Right.
Go with the flow. Like a river.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm not dragging around any bad memories.
Come on. Bull fucking
Oh, you
shit,
started this
man.
shit, bitch. Don't come down now.
You started this
Listen,
shit,
smart
bitch.
asses, I'm just saying you can't change the past. So you just gotta focus on what's next. Memories are just lessons for the future.
The future, huh? What's your big plan, Prophet?
Wanna know what my plan is? Picture this. A kick-ass beach house in Costa Rica. Sunshine, feet in the sand, sweet ocean view.
How are you gonna pay for that?
We'd be one big, fucked up, happy,
Sounds like a good
dysfunctional
plan.
family.
I mean,
We
you
just
can't
chill
afford
and sing,
a fucking
drink
like
cocktails out of
one-room shack
coconuts.
right now.
Yeah,
Only thing we need is a little cash along the way.
a little cash.
And boom.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's your dream? Beach house and coconuts?
Oh, too boring for you?
This sounds like my folks' retirement plan in Florida. I don't need
I love how she's just like,
anything
shut the
else,
fuck up, you dummy.
what we already have. Sure, we're working our asses right now, but we can beat it if we want. I'm not gonna settle down. No way. And that's how shit starts, you know? When you start having things of your own, things you have to defend. Property,
That's pessimistic as fuck.
land.
Yeah.
But I get it.
What do
I
you
mean,
think
yeah,
you're missing
based
out
on what they're
now?
living in right now, it's surprising
Coconut
to think
cocktails?
Agree to disagree, fucker.
they wouldn't
Man,
be, you know,
I'm too high
pessimistic,
for
right?
this shit. It's time to crash.
I think she's saying she's been,
And
yeah,
it goes
like,
down.
it's just this philosophy
Peace
of
out,
like,
brother.
if I
Good night.
stay without
Looks like we saw
anything,
some
any
news.
possessions, anything
that?
anybody could take or want, nobody can rob me. So I
Oh,
just,
twist
I
hard.
wallow in my poverty now and say, fuck it, you know,
Okay.
just embrace it. This is my life.
And we
Right.
need to talk about
Yeah,
Sean's hippie
I mean,
hair.
it's
Boy needs
it's
a
the whole.
real
It's funny. I
Oh,
just
hell,
was
yes, he
rewatched
does. Now
Spider-Man
it's
No
your
Way
turn
Home,
to get a trim.
and one of the lines in it is constantly
call it
like,
a day,
if you
too. Night,
constantly
everyone.
expect
Yeah.
disappointment, then you can never be
I'm like
disappointed.
that.
Right.
Are you
Right?
ready for bed
Like that
yet?
whole mentality of just lowest possible expectations. Only thing you can do is exceed them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of a shitty way to live, though, because to me, it's like
Awful. Oh,
you're
very.
already giving
No,
up the
you're
thing
gonna
that
miss our
you're like,
makeover
well,
still.
I'm gonna
I'll fall
lose
asleep
if I get something
and
that I
then
really
turn
like,
my
then I'll
ear
lose it.
off.
So I'd
Oh,
rather just not get
outta
anything.
here.
Good night,
Right.
friend.
Night, night.
Sweet
kid.
It's,
See you in the morning.
it's the most like nihilistic
You
way to
didn't have to
possibly
come
look
with
at
me.
things.
You know,
I know.
Like nothing matters anyway.
Right.
Hey, Can we talk about what happened on the lake?
So what were the two options? It closed before I could
Stay
see
and get
my
a haircut?
I saw that one, right, and then the second one was...
Or go to bed with him.
Daniel. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It kind of
I did this also,
bummed me
by the way.
out when you said that you weren't a kid anymore. I mean, I know you're not, but
For all of the same reasons. I did all the same things you
Can't
did. I
help
did
it,
not
Sean.
smoke or
Things are so
get a drink
different. I
afterwards
miss my friends.
because I was like, I don't want, like, I don't need to rub it in his
Play balls?
face.
Right.
That,
Everything.
I had earlier kind of like given him
All
shit
seems
about
so
it.
far away now. I know I'm not always
And like to
nice
us, we assume, oh, this is the one time
Things
we're
aren't
playing, but
nice anymore.
we know he's lived how many nights, like, and how many more nights he's going to be here.
Exactly.
So you're like, you're going to have plenty of times to do that. It just doesn't have to
Wish
be
I
right
could have
now.
a normal
Exactly.
life again. Stop being so angry all the time.
And that's
I'm
us,
so tired of
as
this.
being brothers
feel
too,
the
right?
same
We
way.
like,
it's okay.
we get that feeling of like when it's your little brother type thing, that you
Don't
care
feed the
about,
beast,
or in this case,
Yeah.
he cares about him, that like you do that. Like I don't want to do him dirty all the time just to be a dick.
Right. And also, he's getting to that point where he
Still
could,
like it.
like, you're realizing too. We talked about
kinda
this
tired.
before, right? Like,
Yeah.
you cannot strong arm this
Me
kid
too.
anymore now. He
I
can
know.
fuck
Right.
you up with his powers. So now you have
I
to
would like
like
to hear about the wolf.
You have to get him to
inspire
listen.
him.
That's okay.
Yeah, right.
Just
And this
That's
whole
okay.
like,
Way
I'm just gonna
harder,
keep
right?
fucking smoking in front of you, and you're allowed to
All
smoke.
right.
And this kid might just be like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not gonna listen to you anymore.
Right.
You're a fucking asshole. You don't lead by example.
Right.
Oh, yeah. The Wolf brothers joined a pack of hounds that roamed all over. Finally, the brothers had found new friends. But the little wolf
Which is funny because that's all
wasn't
stuff
so
that at
sure
some
about
point
the
we all
new
kind of
guy.
have to deal with for
Getting
real
more
anyway,
his
right?
brother
Is like,
to
hey,
run
don't
away.
drink. Also, hey, why do I see mom and dad always
So
have
the
a
little
a
wolf
drink with dinner every night, or
howl,
like don't
growl,
curse. Although how come
not
you stubbed
knowing
your
what was
toe,
going
Dad?
on.
And you're like,
He
motherfucker,
didn't know.
So it's like, yeah, there's that
Nothing.
line, and you have to figure out how
Ever
to do it.
separate the
And
wolf
sometimes
brothers
it's
from each
like,
other.
it's towing the line, to prove a point that like, hey, it doesn't have to be all the time, right? This is why I'm trying to tell you to be this better person.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of even like cursing around my daughter.
Yeah.
We do it. She's only 5. We curse around her sometimes, and
Right.
she doesn't like. We've normalized it. Like, not that we don't do it all the time, but we're like,
Right.
whenever she said it, we don't freak out and be like, "You said a bad
Right.
word." Instead of saying like, "Don't say that because it's a bad word," we say, "That's an adult word. It's
Right.
not for kids. It sounds ugly when you say it."
Right.
And so she doesn't even really question it. It's not like a
Right.
weird, like if she hears one of us say it, she just go, ooh.
It's when she gets older.
We don't give it
is when
power.
it's yeah. When she gets older and like her friends use it, and she hears it that way, then that's when it's going to be when the question comes in, and you have that conversation. But like because I used to do the same thing. I would say like it's like driving, right? That's an adults only thing,
Right.
It's not. Eventually you'll be able to do it, but right now you can't, and here's the reason why. And then you hit a certain point where you're like, okay, now you're getting old enough where can I say like, look, I really don't give a shit. You know what? Don't say words against people. You know what I mean? Like if you fucking knock something over and you're like, oh shit, whatever. Nobody's gonna get mad at you for that. But if you're like, you fucking piece of shit to one of your friends at school, I'm gonna be super pissed. And so
Right.
you start to figure out, okay, what's the age where you feel comfortable? Or, I mean, some people never feel comfortable with that. Some people are always like, bad words are bad. But I'm saying for me, it's like, at what age can I say, here's what, like, I don't care about, and here's what I do care about, and then, you kind of go from there.
And that's what it is about me. Like with me, like I don't believe like this whole like curses. It's just not a big deal to me. Like
Exactly. Right.
I want to teach her
Surprising
to not.
from the guys on Live in the Man Cave who
Yeah.
curse all the time. Cursing's not a big deal from us, said everybody already knew who listens to Live in the Man Cave.
Like it's just like people arbitrarily decided that fuck is
Right.
just a bad word, and you're like, what? Who gives a
Right.
shit?
Right.
Or shit. Oh, it's just a bad word. It's a forbidden word. Like why? Like I'd be more concerned if she said something that was substantively disturbing. Like something
Right.
racist or homophobic or something. That would bother me a lot more than just like fuck or shit.
Right.
So I don't give a shit, but I also want her to be successful in life. So I have to teach her that,
Right.
when you
You
say
don't
this,
want her
it
to
sounds ugly. So You want people to perceive you a certain way, right? That's how I'm going to tell it. You can't be saying that shit during work hours.
Can't be saying that motherfucking shit during work hours.
By the way, this music right now is fucking perfect. Like, man, it's all...
I can't hear. I can't hear because I just have it on. Yeah. So tell me, what is the music? What are they?
It's like it sounds like some
I do
almost like some
that.
Kids Bop shit. Like
yes, I do. Yes, I do remember that.
And it's like it's ironic in being juxtaposed against these like
what's the fucking terribleness that's happening? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not terrible. It's just kind of shitty, you know. Like he wakes up late for work, runs for the fucking pickup truck, and they're all like, "Haha," laughing at him. So that's like the funny part of it. But they're just back to their regular ass fucking shitty job.
Shit! Wait, no, you work for a drug lord who clearly threatens to kill you on a regular basis.
Everybody.
And again, that guy still reminds me of
your next payday.
Gustavo Fring.
Yeah. Save it till the next one.
He's got a bit of that vibe to
we
him.
all stingy now. How about a keg offering for your family, or some hookers or cocaine?
Because this whole thing does definitely feel like at some point they all got into it because they were like, "Hey, make some money and this will be fun and cool, we'll work on a week." And then you see it and you're like, "Oh, you're basically kind of prisoners because like if you do even the slightest thing wrong, this dude will certainly kill you." And so you're like, how quickly this fucking turned from these kids. You know, how many movies have we seen like this, right? A bunch of kids go on vacation to such and such area and then realize that drugs are there, or you know, whatever nonsense. And then it becomes like more serious, and these poor kids are in a situation they don't expect. It's like that's what this seems like it is kind of, you know, becoming for these kids.
No, we all think it's really hot, actually. So that's it, huh?
But they're still pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
You bust your ass all week for nothing?
Some of us just got simple needs, princess.
Yeah. Like your beach house in Costa Rica?
You know, that's probably, if we can figure out the next like spot.
Yeah.
Where we think it might, and we can take a quick break. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this over with. Finn. Cassidy.
Finn reminds me of Loki.
Sean.
For some reason.
And,
you can see it.
Jacob.
Like physically also, and in just the way he kind of talks, like that he somehow, you're like, what a dummy.
Daniel,
but then you're like, oh, for some reason, like he inspires people to listen to him. Like whether it's kids or whatever. You're like, that does seem a little bit.
Yes, I know.
You know. Not that he's saying, not saying that he's being like
for the millionth time
a trickster or, you know, like intentionally malicious or anything, but there is just something about him. Even the first time I remember when you said it, you were like, ooh, this dude, like, I don't know. Like, it seemed weird to you at first that, like, the brother seemed to like him, and you're like, who's this fucking Finn guy? You know what I mean? Like, there's just something off-putting about it at the first glance. That you're like, interesting.
Let's see who wins that farm lotto. Jacob, right? I thought you wouldn't last a day.
Oof, he's
but
not
you cleaned
happy.
up. You're all right.
Kicking sand on him.
Thanks.
Cassidy, your trims were pretty weak. And Big Joe told me you've been whining a lot.
Bet he did.
Look, you can bitch all you want as long as you work. Otherwise, you're just taking up space. So get it together.
I know, Meryl.
Now for Sean.
Cassidy.
You should be pulling more from your weight. You know what I mean? Finn, you saved the pots in the greenhouse. And our asses. That's why you keep coming back.
You know it, boss. How about a raise? Yeah. Sorry.
Now for the moment you've all been waiting for.
Get in here, you little asshole!
What the fuck?
Don't touch me, jerk!
Don't move.
What a dummy.
Now explain.
Damn it.
That sneaky fucker, he was snooping around your living room.
No, I wasn't! I was just bored, so I came in.
Shut up, Daniel! Seriously, let him go!
I told you.
Come on, Meryl! He's a kid, not a thief! You want to frisk him?
Look at him! He's just following his big brother.
Oh.
Your brother needs a lesson. You all need a lesson. So first off, no payday.
Oh, fuck that.
What?
No way.
Don't do that to us. We earned that money.
Sean, you and your brother are fired.
What?
And don't come back or Big Joe will take care of your ass.
Please, Meryl.
That's bullshit, man.
Man, I know you're pissed, but Sean is a good worker.
It's pretty shitty.
Never brought you any losers, right?
Sir.
Quiet! Shut the fuck up. Sean, I warned you one too many times. We tried your way. Now it's my turn. Okay.
Why is he
just teach
wildly
him a lesson.
overreacting?
What's the fucking lesson?
Let me go!
Come on, man.
Big Joe, what are you gonna do? He's just a little fucking kid.
This ain't your business. Think I like it? It's mine. Ow! What? Okay. Okay,
Big
who
Joe
did
sucks.
We're gonna beat all of us up.
that? Who did that?
I did. My fault. Look!
Damn.
It's not a lot of choices
Shit.
here.
No.
You fucking beat up a kid, man. Fuck that guy.
I'm pretty sure he's not living his best life.
Who's gonna believe them anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that's the whole
it.
business model, right?
Told
It's your goal is get a bunch of fucking kids that you know you can do whatever the fuck you want to because nobody will care.
Oh no, I meant like telling them about the fucking powers. I guess I'm trying to say.
Oh, I thought you meant who's going to believe these kids. Yeah, about having to work with this guy. Yeah.
We're careful. I'm always here.
Yeah, I don't think also
practice
telling,
every
hey,
day.
guess what, he has powers is going to, most people are
So
going to believe
Sean,
right away.
maybe this shit is in your DNA too. Do you have a superpower?
Yeah, I got a really big tick. And that says, so I'm like 8 seconds ahead of you. So,
Lucky.
do you have a really big power like that?
Yes,
Have
now I
any
see
idea
it.
where it
Nice.
comes from? I mean, it can't be random.
I figured it started in Seattle. Maybe the shock triggered something. Fuck, I don't know.
But I still don't remember.
Don't worry about it.
Damn. You're so unique, Daniel.
That's why I need your word that you'll keep all this to yourself. Seriously.
Oh, this stays right with us. Promise. You can trust us.
Jake?
I don't know. I mean, this is a big deal, Sean.
Yeah, maybe we
How
should
long can
murder
keep
you
this a
then and
secret?
bury you in the fucking woods.
As long as we have to.
Yeah, that's a
They're gonna
big
fucking tell on us.
man.
It's my job now, man.
What if he has those powers for a reason? Maybe it's our job to help him too.
Like,
Guide him.
What does he mean?
what
Sean?
was he thinking
Dude, no.
that they would
Do not
say?
make
Like,
this
they'd be
into
like,
some
you're right, only 5
bullshit.
minutes.
You
I
still
can't
can't
keep
tell
it. I can't keep a
on.
secret either. Like, you dummy.
that to
We're
you,
all
Sean.
saying, yo, nobody's
Or
gonna tell,
Daniel.
right? Don't be the one guy that says like, I don't
this
know,
whole thing
maybe
just
I
blew
might.
my
Like,
mind.
it's probably not gonna go well
I
for
think I
you.
need a break.
You're out in the middle of the woods, dude.
Is that okay?
No worries. It's cool.
Not after what you guys went through with these bastards. Okay.
Who's this kid, man?
This
Talk
guy's
about
being
this
an
guy.
idiot.
Let's just fucking stab him right now.
Right.
Bury his ass
He's
in the woods.
right.
You told my brother?
It's fucking bullshit.
snitch.
Is this is this
And
Walking Dead
I swear-
Telltale? Because then
I mean,
we'll just
No worries.
Stab you a few
sweetheart.
times
I'd
like
never
we
let
do every
anything happen
problem
to
in that
little
game.
guy. He's a true rebel.
good. Get
Thanks,
the fuck
man.
out of here,
for real.
weirdo. And then the next break, we probably should take a quick break.
Hold up.
You're saying a quick break? No, we're gonna take a break. It's another night.
I mean, yes. I mean, we're gonna take a break on this. Yes.
What the fuck are
Sorry.
you talking about?
Meryl's safe.
The time is inconsequential. It's the break part.
In the back of the room.
Oh, that's gonna rob this
Get the
motherfucker.
combination.
You're gonna fucking rob this motherfucker? Oh shit! No goddamn way.
No fucking way, Finn. Don't pull a kid into your stupid shit.
Getting a shitload of cash isn't stupid.
This is like some Ocean's 11 shit right now.
So you can be a beach bum? You're so selfish, man.
Yeah, fuck that. You gonna use my brother for that shit?
Sean and Daniel are out of work. They deserve
I like how she
this.
jumped to his.
And
I like
ripping
that.
Meryl
How
off
she
is
was
the
one
only
that
way
was
to
like,
do
"You
that?
fucking idiot."
Really? And with a fucking kid?
Like this starts to make me like her
you
more.
know these assholes are armed, right?
I guess. I didn't think about
Yeah, we're fucking acting like this kid is like the fucking Avengers, and
yeah.
he's gonna take out armed fucking like.
Don't lecture me. I was just having a brain fart. Let's have a beer and forget about it, Sean. Cool?
Deal.
She
Not like I
fucking
would let
went
you
for it
use
there. She
Daniel
was
anyway.
like,
No
You
more of
idiot.
this crap. Okay?
Yeah, she stepped the fuck up.
He just needs his
Yeah,
ass kicked
that was
once in
dope.
a while.
I think he did. I can tell he was sorry.
For him? Yeah.
Man, bro, this is
crap out of
5 or 4. I'm like right between.
So should you.
yeah.
Plus,
Man, she just alphaed
since
real
it's
hard,
last
by the
night,
way.
time
That
for
was
your
great.
tattoo.
What's that?
She just alphaed very
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
in that
absolutely.
situation.
What? Are you getting a tattoo? Dude, I want one.
No, you don't, hipster. We have other things we gotta do.
All right, this looks
Okay.
like
I know I
a
shouldn't have gone
good
in.
point to save.
Yeah,
Now there's 3
Nice.
more people who know about your power.
What'd you
Don't
think
worry.
about that one
you can trust
so
them.
far?
They said they won't
Hold
tell.
on, I'm gonna
I
finish
know.
this little dialogue sequence before I,
What if anyone
just
gets
in case
scared
they don't repeat it
and
when we.
calls the cops? You don't know what can happen.
I'm not scared of cops. I can stop
fuck
them
is that about?
anytime I
The
want.
thing on the tree.
Jeez, Daniel.
Damn, he's like I can stop cops whenever I want. Yeah, this kid.
Yeah.
Will all be behind us once we reach Port Dolores.
It's like, I
Fuck
decided.
Portolobos.
Yeah, see, there we
Talk
go.
later.
Fuck Puerto Lobos. All right. Let's exit to the main menu. So, yeah, man, I thought that was all the shit that happened. Like, you know, like this kid pushing real life people to the point where he might possibly get hurt because they're kind of on their own in these dangerous situations. They're not living normal lives. So they're going to keep running into these potentially very dangerous, potentially life-ending situations with dangerous people. So eventually this kid, it's like, what do you do? Like, hey, I don't want you to use these superpowers you have that could get us out of this sticky situation because it might out you. But the thing is, if you don't use them, then you're gambling that you won't just get killed.
Right.
So
exactly.
it's tough, man. It's like you're put in these positions where you almost have to do this shit.
Right. Yeah, at a certain point, what's going to be too far, right? Where you're going to have to say, okay, now I need to let the dog out of its cage, and that's not going to be a fun situation if it had to happen, right? I mean, that's the whole point. Up to this point, they've been teasing you getting closer and closer to that line of when do you finally say, okay, yeah, I want to survive, so do what you need to do. It's a good slow burn to leave you on the hook of will that ever even happen? How is it gonna play out? You know, the way they've been telling it has been pretty good at towing that line.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. So it looks like there will be a part C for episode 3. Yeah, that'll come maybe tomorrow, or, maybe maybe a week from now. We don't know. Whenever you get some extra time, we'll keep you all posted. If you want to keep finding out about all the stuff going on that we're doing it live from the Man Cave, in terms of podcasts and in terms of another Ready Player 2. Again, check out that website, www.livemancave.com. Mac, you put Might Beer the Show on there. I didn't put it in the chat for you in case somebody's watching on Twitch. They might want to see that if you want to type that in. You also typed the Tavor Man Cave referral code. I would like to say, if y'all are interested, if any of you are interested in Tavor and getting some of these hard to get beers. Again, they're not paying us advertisement money, but we do have a regular ass referral code that anybody can get by joining Tavour. If you do want to get your first free beer on us, and then we also get a free beer if you sign up, the number is 448-136. It's been sitting in the Twitch chat, but you know, for those of you watching this on YouTube afterwards, you may not see it. So just let you know that code again, 448-136, and that app is Tavour, Tavour. Thanks for joining us. I'm Serious Jess, and this is my co-host
Craig Mack.
Oh yeah,
I got my beer in there. It's in there. I put mine in.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end on this beer's rating. Damn, I think the high ABV, the relatively low cost, the ingredients, the decadence is a little high. I think I'm gonna stay on the. If I see this again, I'm ordering it every time. It's not my favorite beer of all time, but it's up there enough. Like, you know, over time maybe this could drop to a 4, but it hasn't. So it's a 5 for me, right?
A 5 doesn't mean that it's perfect, right? It just means that it just means
highest
that it
is in that upper echelon.
Is good. Yeah, it means that it is so good that you would buy it every single time, and that you see it. And that doesn't mean that anything is going to be perfect, right? But it's good to know. That's very high praise. So
they made a solid birthday cake stout beer, imperial stout beer. Like, that's fucking dope with a 12.5% ABV, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get this
out. Genius Brewing. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, bro. All right, everybody.
And mine, I will say, is just sticking at a 4. I definitely recommend it if this is in your wheelhouse. You will not be disappointed by this, and you could drink this all day long. So enjoy it.
All right, we're out. And stop the